All right, welcome back to Problem Solver Politics. I am your host, Cardin Ellis, with Cody the Oracle.
Hey, everybody.
And we've all heard of the ghost of Christmas past, Christmas present, and Christmas future. But apparently the ghost of Kirk Douglas, one Spartacus, has come back from the grave in order to back Michael Bloomberg. Now, how is this possible? Okay. Charles Dickens told us the story of the ghost of Christmas past. Wait, was that Charles Dickens?
You brought it up, man.
Oh, dang it. I might have just screwed myself on air. Anyway, Cody, tell us what's going on.
Okay, so yes, it appears that we were talking the last few days about Michael Bloomberg's apparent acquisition of the DNC and his power. What do you call theoretically digging up Kirk Douglas, 103 years old, just passed away, to endorse Michael Bloomberg from beyond the grave? Is that pulling out? Have they officially pulled out all the stops at this point? And like I said, Bloomberg isn't even technically in the race yet. I don't think he's appeared on one ballot, actually. He hasn't been on one ballot yet. And this story came out. Now, first of all, let's walk through this. I think, what's the meme? A lot to unpack here. So first of all, Michael Douglas claims that Father Kirk Douglas being the 103-year-old former actor who passed away, I believe, a week ago, used his last words to back Michael Bloomberg for president.
Yeah.
So let's go through this. Actor Michael Douglas voiced his support for Democratic presidential candidate Mike Bloomberg, telling the former New York mayor supporters in Wisconsin that some of his late father Kirk's last words were "Mike can get it done." There is no way that I am sorry. I refuse to believe. Imagine being on this planet.
Mike
you know what?
can get it done. So he literally, after not having been politically vocal his entire celebrity life, came up with a talking point on his deathbed. Because Mike can get it done is basically just a reiteration of his slogan, right? Now, look, I got to tell you right now, if this is true, I don't want to be the person that's dogging like some last words of a father to his son. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's sacred stuff right there. I don't want to touch on it.
Apparently, it's so sacred that his son is using it as campaign material for the guy who wants to win as president.
That's what I'm saying. Is I'm like, if it's true, okay, that's cool. I can deal with that. But if it's not, man, there is a shamelessness to that is just like almost a thing of beauty in itself.
Hold on. Okay, this is actually too funny. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull this up.
Okay, pull it up.
It's appearing more and more. And again, if I, at risk of looking like a total jerk, if this is just bizarre but real, I just Googled searched what is Michael Bloomberg 2020's campaign slogan, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to show this to the screen. And hey, dude, maybe Kirk Douglas just saw a commercial or whatever, and he was just, 103 years old. He just kind of repeated something he had seen on television.
Okay, yeah.
Because that is, Mike will get it done is literally listed as one of his campaign slogans.
That's what I'm telling
Sourced
you, man.
at MikeBloomberg.com.
Dude, Bloomberg's my boy. I know this cat.
But what makes the story ridiculous to me a little bit is, one is, again, and maybe, like I said, he was just old, but the thought of living on this planet for 103 years, again, Kirk Douglas, he acted in a lot of movies, he had a lot of stuff. Like, what is it you want to, you're about to leave this world for 103 years. What, like, Mike Bloomberg for president? I mean,
yeah.
it is one of the more bizarre stories. But again,
and by the way,
I think if we're talking about pulling out all the stops, bringing people back from the dead to endorse you, that is pulling out all the stops.
Well, but look, even he himself says, I don't know if he was pulling my leg or not, but one of the last words that he said in the hospital when he came and he saw me, asked me to lean over close to him, and I leaned over close to him, and he said, Mike can get it done. So, I mean, I don't know. Was that humor? Was it not? I guess you'd have to be there in the moment to know. But the reason why I find it so hard to believe is like, I just don't believe that if one of the guys that gave us one of America's most cinematic and iconic moments, so much so that Cory Booker was using it when he said, this may be my Spartacus moment. You know what I'm saying? But you can't tell me that a guy that gave us, I am Spartacus, you know what I'm saying? That his dying moments were a political slogan, man.
Well, here's the bigger thing to me, and this is why, even if he did say it, right, this is the thing I want to highlight more than anything about the idea of they're pulling out all the stops for everyone. Now, Michael Douglas, again, as he mentioned right there, Michael Douglas didn't say this in some heartfelt interview where he was like, look, yeah, one of the last moments of my father pulling his leg. He said this when he was campaigning for Michael Bloomberg. Michael Douglas has been campaigning for Bloomberg for a while now. And I mean, like, it's just, It is so weird to me. And again, maybe it's just they had a weird relationship. Weird guys, Hollywood actors, whatever.
Oh, I love them both, man. Kirk and Michael Douglas,
but
man.
Less than a week later, to already be using the death of your 103-year-old father to shill shamelessly for Mike Bloomberg is one of the most... I didn't think we'd already be here. I didn't think we'd already be celebrity endorsements going all the way back. Like I said, digging people up to have them endorse the candidate of their choice. I didn't think we'll get there.
Pretty soon we're going to find out that Carrie Fisher also endorsed him.
Yeah, and, but it's just, it is one of the weirder stories of the cycle, and it literally, like, Michael Bloomberg isn't actually running for president yet. I mean, listen to this. Douglas last month announced he was backing Bloomberg, who he lauded as one of the greatest candidates in the history of our elections. Trump victory rep Anna Kelly told the paper in a statement that despite Michael Bloomberg's desperate efforts to buy relevancy in this election, he can't hide from the socialist policies that made him a failed mayor. Don't know why they added that at the bottom of this article.
Well, I guess New York Post.
They just don't like Bloomberg. That's probably why.
Bloomberg. But hey, get off my boy.
But it's just,
I love the Bloomberg candidacy.
It is just so weird. It is just so weird. Again, like just the thought of a day after burying his 103-year-old father, Douglas was in Madison on Saturday for the opening of the Bloomberg campaign's second office, shilling for Michael Bloomberg, saying, he might have been joking, but one of my father's last words was a Michael Bloomberg campaign slogan. I mean, it is, again, like, I think this is literally pulling out all the stops. Because again, I don't think it's pulled up at the moment.
Think so? Do you think there's
already
a chance
changed
it could
so
have
much.
happened, though?
They've already done. The establishment is bent over backwards for Michael Bloomberg already. This is something that I remember reading before Bloomberg even ran. Hold on, one second.
While you're
I want to
looking
bring
it
this
up.
I want to talk about it. 1 second, and we'll get to you because this is what I think I want to hear you to say about this. Judge Judy. Do you remember this? Judge Judy, way back. I want to say, oh my God, was this the fall? I want to say August or whatever. Published an op-ed saying that Michael Bloomberg, he needs to run. He's the only person who could lead this country. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
They've been doing this for months.
Of course I remember it. Judge Judy, she's probably approached. She is a ferociously shrewd and intelligent woman with her media empire now.
October 16th.
Yeah, her own production company makes her show. She handles distribution. Like, she has literally streamlined the money-making process off of her fame in a way that is actually really beautiful to behold. I have so much respect for Judge Judy. So, it doesn't surprise me if she's sitting down and making some really cool, I don't want to say self-serving, because who knows, maybe she actually thinks that Michael Bloomberg actually can do a good job.
She wrote an op-ed before he was even running saying, never before in my career have I ever came out to speak politically, but now that must change. For the first time in my life, I am endorsing Michael Bloomberg. This was it. He wasn't running in October 16th. He wasn't yet. And she literally goes through and talks about how this might hurt my career. I'll post a link. Read this thing. It's ridiculous. I realize I'm taking a personal and career risk in making such a statement. I have carefully stayed away from politics for 50 years, except to vote. But times have changed in our country. But I believe the moment has come for me to step out from behind the curtain. I want to speak honestly and from the heart, regardless of the consequences. I realize Michael Bloomberg said in March that he will not run for president. It is like they have been doing this. Gordon Judge Judy, 50 years, never said a word against politics.
But how
they
is this
bring her
pulling
out here to write an op-ed. It's crazy, man.
Cody, how is this pulling out the stops? Simply getting a celebrity endorsement. I don't get how that's pulling out all the stops.
Because this isn't. No offense, but I like the actor John Cusack. He always is endorsing someone. He's pretty active politically. This is. What is he? 70-year-old Judy Heinlein has never came out to endorse anyone ever, coming up before Michael Bloomberg has even announced he's running for president, writing an op-ed saying he has to run. He's the only one. I mean, they've been, and you know what else do? A lot of old school types, whatever kind of people who still like, New York City's the capital of the world types.
Yeah.
Before Michael Bloomberg even ran, is what I'm saying. Endorsement, he wasn't even a candidate, and we have somebody saying,
so maybe they were
I've never done this in my life, so I'm going to write an op-ed, publish it in USA Today, imploring Michael Bloomberg runs for president. So you don't think that's weird? You don't think that's something atypical to elections?
Cody. At some point, Michael Bloomberg, as a billionaire and the mayor of New York, has to have made connections amongst celebrities of all kinds of different walks of life.
It's totally normal.
One of them was probably Judge Judy. I mean, people might think it's weird that Glover supports Yang.
Judge Judy didn't wait till Michael Bloomberg had been running for a year and then say, if you twist my arm, I kind of like him. She wrote an op-ed imploring he runs before he even ran, saying, never in my career. She's like, I realize I'm taking great personal.
But Andrew Yang had some early adopters. He had Elon Musk, and he had some Jericho.
Elon Musk didn't run run out to the presses and insist
Jericho
Andrew Yang
did.
runs for president. No, he didn't. Yang had been running for president for a year and a half before people knew he existed.
Okay, look, at the end of the day.
Hold on. I'm just going to say this. If you think it's totally normal for people like just Judy Heinlein to come out of nowhere and say, I all of a sudden support Michael Bloomberg for president. I've never done this in my Judy Heinlein. I apologize. Get president name wrong. I've never in my life endorsed anyone. And now, at great personal and professional
do you think she was paid off?
I'm endorsing. I will say, I'm paid off. That was weird. And then Michael Douglas campaigning for Kirk Douglas the day after he buries his father, telling people, his last words were Mike can do it. That's weird. This isn't normal.
The Michael Douglas thing I can put into that strange category a lot faster than the Judge Judy one. All I have to say about the Michael Bloomberg campaign is I absolutely love it. Besides Andrew Yang's candidacy, the Bloomberg candidacy is by far my favorite, because it is doing stuff like this. When I was voted off of the SCV GOP, they said, well, we want you to resign, because they're trying to intimidate me into resigning. And I said, no, I want you guys all on the record as having rejected the guy who was actually going to save our butts from getting creamed. So I actually forced them all to vote me off because I wanted them to be on record. I love the Bloomberg presidency because it is forcing people on record for the shamelessness and the self-servingness and the crappiness that they are. It's forcing on record the DNC to show that we will allow you to buy entrance into our onto our stage if we like you. If we don't like you and you're like Tom Steyer, we make you spend $7 million in a 7-to-1 ratio just getting your individual donor requirements met with all the money you have. Because, them's the rules and we can't keep you out. But if you're the billionaire that we like, well, then we'll just change the rules for you. And you don't have to waste all your money. And, if you're a billionaire that we don't like, well, then we're going to call you racist and throw the books at you and hashtag never Trump you and whatever. But if you're the billionaire we like, well, then that's fine. In fact, just change your party affiliation and we're with you and we're going to bury that stop and frisk stuff. You know what I'm saying? I love the Bloomberg candidacy because it is forcing everybody to see just how shameless and depraved these people are.
So would you call this shameless? Again, this is a quote from Judge Judy's op-ed for Michael Bloomberg. I realize Michael Bloomberg said in March that he will not run for president in 2020, though he might be reconsidering that position according to anonymous sources. I respect his comment, but our political landscape has changed profoundly since he made it. There is a ferment on the left and the right. Candidacies are rising and falling, and this has created an opportunity for Bloomberg, a man of the center, to change his mind. Do you think Michael Bloomberg was just blindsided? Whoa, what is this Judge Judy wants me to run?
No, I'm sure somebody said go out there and write this.
This has been the plan from the beginning, man. They have been literally sowing these seeds. He floated the idea of running in March, and then he didn't. And then Judge Judy writes this in October, and then what he announced he's going to run, I think it was like late November.
Yeah, because look, here's the sickness.
I'm just saying this is a weird thing that's going on. We are seeing all the stops get pulled out.
No, but hold on. That's not weird. Like, no politician wants to say, yeah, I'm kind of a little bit of a narcissist and I enjoy power. It gives me a little bit of a rush, but at least I've got some ideals, more ideals than the next guy. So I decided I want to run because I actually like being in control of situations. Nobody actually says that. They all say, well, I was asked to run.
But this isn't your average
the GOP
journalist.
pleaded that I run. The DNC just needed a savior, so I stepped up. I was asked to serve by my community. So, of course, he wants to be able to say, well, I didn't want to, but there was such public outcry. Did you read the Judge Judy op-ed? There's probably hundreds of thousands like her.
But what I'm saying is she isn't just most of the time they do that.
So he probably told her to write it, and she did it because she liked him and wants a political favor.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Judge Judy, very wealthy, very powerful woman. I believe in her 70s. Definitely at the age where she's not going to be just taking crap from people anymore. Being like, yes, I will today decide to break my 50 years of silence to back you, Michael Bloomberg, because it's just no big deal. This Michael Bloomberg thing barely matters. I don't really care. This is a normal, average presidential campaign. Dude, weird stuff is going on, and I think we're gonna see more and more of it.
Does he got blackmail on her?
We're gonna see. I don't think it's that. I think it's just he's a billionaire with a lot of money and influence. I mean, I wasn't gonna pull this up, but this will be the last thing I want to pull up. I hope I didn't close it already. there is a story going on around right now about how Michael Bloomberg has been doing very well with local. Here we go. This is in the Times of San Diego. Michael Bloomberg's been doing pretty well, racking up endorsements with mayors from California. Because remember, Super Tuesday, which California
because they all want his money. I bet you Garcetti was the first lapdog in his lap.
That's what I mean. But this is already the discussion. Mike Bloomberg racking up endorsements by California mayors before primary. Let's scroll down here, and they mention, I believe, Bloomberg has a history of helping his backers. They also might want to be on the side of a political benefactor. As the New York Times reported, many of Bloomberg's endorsers, including mayors London Breed of San Francisco, Sam Liccardo of San Jose, and Michael Tubbs of Stockton, attended a Harvard fellowship program that Bloomberg funded. His big giving efforts involve pumped cash into various cities, now represented by some of his new endorsers. And it goes through here. I'll post links so you can read it. My point being is people know what they get when they endorse Bloomberg. Now, it's weird to me that I'm seeing that's always been a thing with anyone running for president. What's weird to me is I'm seeing people like Michael Douglas and Judge Judy. They're actors. I get it. They're not like Paul. But people that, generally speaking, are above this kind of behavior, behaving like this. And that's what's weird to me.
Yeah. So now we just know. It's like, let man speak, because out of his heart will his words flow forth. And then you know exactly what he's like. So let Michael Bloomberg do his Bloomberg thing so that we all know exactly who's purchasable and who's buyable. You know what I'm saying? It's like in It's a Wonderful Life. Dude, Potter owns everything. But not from the Mayfield Bill and Trust or whatever was Jimmy Stewart's little company. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Please make sure that you have, if you haven't yet, please like or subscribe to this. And if you want to join the channel, make sure you check out the join button. There's all kinds of cool perks, including members only content. This is Problem Solver Politics. See you guys in the next video.